Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the New York Central Railroad. Now, I want to mention one more thing, is that this particular video is now available at 60 frames per second at 720p. Of course, it's not the best quality. I do not yet is this phone I'm using right now is compatible for 1080p at 60, but at least it gives you some, a little bit more better smoothness as well. That's all that really matters. So, going on, the New York Central Railroad. By the way, before I continue on this, I do want to give full credit to the encyclopedia people. There's no copyright infringement intended. I'm not using this for commercial use. I'm just using it for the purpose of this video. So, right now we are going on and all that. So the colors on this particular road were black and white, just like Norfolk Southern, black and white. Pretty typical. So we're going to go down here. The port mark is New York City, so that's where their main landmark is. Local is for Northeast to Midwest. The date's operation is from 1831 to 1968. 1831 was quite a long time ago. I guess this line was much newer, although Conrail was only on business for like 30 or 40 years. It really doesn't make sense why CSX Norfolk Southern decided to take them over. They were only a really short-lived railroad. So the successor is Penn Central. Their trackage gauge is 4 feet 8, 1.5, and 1,435 millimeters, which is also called standard gauge. So the standard gauge track, which all railroads right now go do that type of gauge. Headquarters are in New York City. So going on, I'm gonna read this in paragraph. I'm not really gonna read it all, but at least some of it to give you guys an idea. So going on, the New York Central Railroad, reporting mark of New York City, known simply as the New York Central Railroad, its publicity was a railroad operating in Northeastern United States. Headquartered in New York City, the railroad served most of the Northeast, including excessive trackage in the states of New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, and Massachusetts, plus additionally trackage in Canadian province of Ontario and Quebec. So I guess, I did not know this, in fact, but I guess they do run in Canada as well. Which they used to, but they no longer do that anymore. They've been portion aligned. The railroad primarily connected Greater New York and Boston and east with Chicago and St. Louis. Sorry about that. The Midwest, along with the intermediate cities of Albany, Buffalo, Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Detroit. New York City's Grand Central Terminal in New York City is one of the best-known extant landmarks. I'm sorry about that, guys. In 1968, the New York merged with its former rival, the Pennsylvania Railroad, to form Penn Central. The New York, New Haven, Hartford Railroad joined in 1969. That company was bankrupt in 1970, was taken over by the federal government and merged into Conrail in 1976. Conrail was broken up in 1998, which we all know, and a portion of its system was transferred to the newly former New York Central Lines, LLC, a subsidiary leased to and eventually absorbed by CSX Norfolk Southern. Those companies' lines including the original New York Central Main Line, but outside the areas include the lines that were never part of the New York Central system. CSX was already able to take one of the most important main lines in the nation, which runs from New York City and Boston to Cleveland, Ohio, as part of the water level route, while Norfolk Southern gained the Cleveland, Ohio to Chicago, Illinois portion of the line called the Chicago Line. Now, before I go on, I do have 2 books about about this road, and I'm thinking about if I find those books again, I'll be sure to make a video on those and all that. It's a great book. I purchased 2 of them. Me and my dad purchased those 2 books. I don't remember where. I think he purchased those at Barnes and Noble at the time. So whenever I find those books again, I'll be sure to go through those books and make a video on it so you guys can see. Oops. Sorry about that. This is going to take a little thing to, wasn't having a malfunction here. I'll be right back. I'll let you guys know when this is done. Alright guys, I'm back. I had a little bit of malfunction. So we're going to read this paragraph. It's still loading. At the end of 1925, the New York Central System operated 11,584 miles and 18,648 kilometers of road and 26,395 miles and 479 kilometers of track. At the end of 1967, the mileages were 9,696 miles and 15,604 kilometers, and an additional 18,454 miles and also an additional 29,690 kilometers. And we're going to read this one last paragraph. I'm not really going to read the entire thing. This thing is about 3 pages long. But I'm just going to read this last paragraph, and that'll be it for today. So, going on, the pre-New York Central Railroad from 1826 and 1853. This was the older part. So, the oldest part of New York Central Railroad was the first permanent railroad in the state of New York and was the first railroad in the United States. Very first one. The Mohawk and Hudson Railroad was chartered in 1826 to connect the Mohawk River and the Hudson River in Albany, providing a way for freight and especially passengers to avoid the extensive time-consuming locks on the Erie Canal. Sorry, I need to stabilize the camera. And the Mohawk Hudson opened on September 21st, 1831, and changed its name to Albany and Cincinnati Railroad on April 19th, 1847. And that's about it, guys. I'll be sure to put a link to this website in the description below so you guys can read this all, but I'm not going to read all of it. So, anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. And thanks for watching, everybody. Please share to comment, rate, and subscribe on this channel, and thanks for watching.